All right, Big Sky Nation, I am here with Idaho State tennis player. She's a senior and she is a leader, Hannah Cho. She's one of our player of the weeks this week. First one for you, Hannah. Since 2021, you're second overall. How's it feel?
It's been good. Like my first one was my freshman year, the first weekend playing, and it's actually funny because we played Utah State. I played the same girl, and then I got the Big Sky Player of the Week for that. And then this year, my senior year, first week playing again, I played the same girl I played freshman year, and then it happened again. So like, it's such a good feeling.
What a full circle moment.
Yeah,
Did you think of that when you were given this award? I mean, when did you
for
realize that?
sure. Yeah, I was telling my teammates, I was like, oh my God, like this is actually really crazy. Like the same thing happened, a little bit of deja vu going on, you know?
What's changed from 2 years ago to now?
I've gotten a lot more aggressive as a player. I've started to stand in the court a little bit more, like taking the balls early. Whereas like when I was a freshman, I was playing a bit more passively. In that aspect, I feel like um has really gotten me to grow as a player.
So the confidence has just continued to grow as time has gone on. But speaking to your point of deja vu, Hannah, has anything stayed the same in your playing style?
I feel like I've always been a bit of a fighter on the court. Like it doesn't matter if I'm down like 5-0, 40 love, like I'll play for every single point until the end. And I feel like that's a good thing to have like stayed within my game.
Well, you absolutely put that on full display in opening weekend. You dominated 2-0 over Utah State. What were you able to do and what shots were you able to hit to beat the Aggies there?
It really started in the doubles. My partner and I really worked on like closing the net, like bringing the energy. I think from like the first game that we played, we were like already like in everyone's faces, like yelling, like trying to bring the energy on for our team. And then that momentum really carried on for my singles match. But like my singles match was really up and down, and I'm just really glad that I kept my head in it and like figured it out in the end. So yeah, I don't think it was like a particular shot or like a strength of mine. It's just being able to stay focused like the whole time, even though I wasn't really playing well.
That focus, you also mentioned that you've always been a fighter on the court, that you bring that energy no matter what. Where do you get that from?
I just remember being a junior and all the travel coaches that we've had, they're like they'd be talking about me and they're like, "Oh, she's a fighter on the court." And I feel like those words had really stuck with me and kind of became like a part of my identity. Like, oh, like I want my opponent to know that I'm not done until we shake hands at the very end. So yeah, it's just something that I feel like people know me as, and then something that I try to keep um as a part of me.
Tell me where this journey with tennis started for you. You're from British Columbia. Where did it all begin?
So I started playing tennis when I was around like 3 years old. I played my first tournament when I was 10, and the person who introduced me to the sport was my dad. And he has been my coach like through my whole life since I was 3 until now. Like I go back home and like he's always there trying to help me improve my game, and he's watching every single one of my matches if there's a live stream going on. He really is like my true inspiration and like who got me into the game, and like I have so much to be thankful for because of him.
What's the biggest lesson learned from him that you've brought into your athletic career at Idaho State?
There's always something to improve on because nobody's perfect in their game, and whether it's your serve or your forehand, like it's always the little things because at like once you get to a certain level, it's not like you can make a big change to your game, but there's always something, that you can try to get better in.
Off the court, Hannah, tell me about yourself. What are your favorite hobbies and what do you want to do after school?
I don't really have much of a life like off the court because I'm a health science major, and I'm doing a minor in microbiology, so I'm spending most of my time studying. So like so many people have told me already this year, like, why, like, you only study, like, why do you only study? You're always in your room. Like, I'm like, I have to, like, I'm taking so many credit hours and like so many labs, like, it just takes so much time. But the plan after school is hopefully to go into pharmacy school at UBC, so University of British Columbia back home. That's the plan like right now though.
Hannah, you know what? Give yourself a pat on the back because not everybody can grind like that to get where they want to go. So you keep doing it, but also have fun in the meantime too. You deserve it.
Yeah, for sure.
And as you continue to keep studying, keep grinding on the court, and keep improving, like how your dad kind of always taught you to just keep learning. What do you want to improve upon moving forward into this weekend? You've got Washington State, you've got Boise State, and you did lose to Utah, so now 1-1 in
Yeah.
opening weekend. How do you build off of that?
I did lose to Utah, but I feel like I played so much better than I did against Utah State. So I just really want to keep that momentum going, keep my focus in the game, and I don't know, just really try to be aggressive on the court today. There's a quote from Roger Federer that I was reading on the ride over here. It said, be free in your mind, be free in your shots, and the bravery will be rewarded. And I just want to like live up to that today and just play freely.
Best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout this year. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.